Hello, welcome to the Trophy Trust, your weekly podcast for PlayStation Trophy Hunters. I'm one of your hosts, TheDazeel. Joining me this evening, we have Nomad.
Hey, how's it going?
We have TheVectronic.
Hello.
And we have Punish.
Hey, guys.
Evening, guys. Another week. Another whole 7 days of video gaming. So, let's have a little chat and see what we've all been up to. So, what have we been playing? So, I'll tell you what. Start off with you, Nomad. Let's jump right in. What have you been up to?
So this week I've been playing, I've been helping people with trophies on Destiny 1, people that didn't finish that up, and because the community's not, I would say it's not there for the trophies, it's just there for people that are sick of D2 and want to go back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've also been playing Crash Bandicoot, slowly but surely getting through those time trials. They're such a pain. Like I never thought I would finish this game, but every time I play it now, I make progress. So it's a really good feeling to finally get through that.
All right. Well, let's analyze first Destiny. What you've been playing. So you said you're going back to the first Destiny, and on the Discord, for anyone who's listening to this who's not part of Discord, Nomad's got in his name Destiny Carries. So he's been carrying people through Destiny and helping them out. And is that like more towards the sort of is it Flawless Raider trophy?
Yeah, we did a few Flawless Raiders last weekend for I think like 3 or 4 people. We're probably going to do another one on Saturday. But yeah, we've also just been doing other raids, and then I've been helping people get the clan trophies as well, like playing with a clan. I just invite them into my clan and then kick them out after they get their trophies, because we only keep like active Destiny players in there. So
sure. How efficient have you got how efficient are you now at getting through the raids? The Flawless raid trophy, is that just for forgive me, it's been such a long time since I played Destiny, is that Vault of Glass?
Yeah, we do Crota's End. Vault of Glass is the first raid. We don't do that one.
No. Okay. Right. Is the Crota's End an easier one to do for the?
Yeah, it's way easier because like the very beginning part, everybody just sits there, and then one guy runs through like the darkness area and basically pulls everyone forward. So basically, all you have to do in the raid is you have to part, which everybody has to participate. That's like the hardest part, and then you fight Crota basically.
Okay. And how many people have you managed to carry through during this week?
I think 4 in total, but we're gonna do Incognitus on Saturday, and maybe anyone else that needs it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Well, at least you're there helping people out, and then I can speak like from a personal point of view that having people come in and help you on a game that you may not be leveled up on or just maybe struggling on, it's always really nice. It's always nice when the gaming community pulls together and offers to help others out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's usually not something that like I was speaking to Claire about this maybe last week, not on podcast, but just I think on general chat on the server, that there's always a lot of negativity in the news and currently at the moment around video games, but no one ever reports on the positive side of video games, sort of the community and people getting along and people helping each other out. It's never something that's ever in headlines or reported on. So
yeah, definitely.
It's nice to see that. And yeah, as you were saying, Crash Bandicoot as well. Personally, I've platinumed all 3 of them games, so I can absolutely sympathise to you with the time trials, especially in the first game, because yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm still trying to get all the gems as well. That's really tough on me.
Yeah, that first game is a challenge. It's definitely one of the harder games of recent years, for sure.
Yeah, the Lost City color gem is really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, for those not in the know, to get coloured gems, at least in the first game, you have to beat the whole level in one life without dying. So it means, checkpoints and all of that.
And getting all the boxes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, and getting all the boxes as well. So you have to get every box and not die, and that's how you get gems. And
I mean, you can die in the bonus levels, but that's it.
Yes, that's nice of them that they changed that. In the original game, I think if you died on the bonus levels, I think that counted as a death.
Oh, wow. That would have been really tough.
Yeah, they made it a little bit easier. Because, not just that, but the bonus levels, it becomes sort of like, not that it really matters, but when going for a gem, but in just the normal game itself, when you're just playing through the level, when you get to a bonus level, it becomes like a checkpoint. But in the original game, it never did that. So they sort of added in additional checkpoints to make it slightly easier. But going for gems, and it's not really, obviously you can't really use it as a checkpoint because you've got to stay alive for the whole level. But yeah, some of those later levels like Sunset Vista, the Lost City, Slippery Climb, the Lab, they can be pretty challenging. But once you sort of figure out the rhythm of the level, like with all the moving platforms, it's absolutely doable. But it's just so much trial and error. And there was a part I got past being mad at that game. It just kind of like, it just melted away, and you just kind of like go into a sort of moment where you just find yourself automatically playing it because you've just played the level over and over and over again, like autopilot almost.
Yeah, I'm really worried about the road bridges though, because I died so many times on those levels.
Yeah, the bridges are, for me personally, definitely the worst for sure. I think I remember spending a good couple of hours on just one of them to get it done, but luckily the game only requires you to get gold relics and not the platinum ones, which is a relief, you know.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Any other games you've been playing, Nomad?
I'm starting Borderlands today, and I've also been trying to finish up Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
But that's about it for this week.
Okay. All right. Well, Punish, what have you been playing?
I'm working on my Final Fantasy 15 stack. I created my UK account, and I'm working on that. And then I also fired up Bloodborne. I'm working on Bloodborne right now too.
Of course, because yesterday evening, as I recorded this podcast, Punish, we joined together and we did a little bit of co-op on Bloodborne. So we managed to. He helped me out with beating Father Gascoigne, which was real nice, and he just helped me around and a few hidden areas that I would not have found myself. And it was really fun.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
He guided me to that boss as well yesterday.
Yeah, it was good. I really look forward to playing more Bloodborne in co-op. I mean, it's obviously a challenge by yourself, but I do like playing co-op in games like that. You know, where you can have each other's backs and fight together for the same cause. So it's a little tricky, like, because I've not played Souls or Bloodborne before. Getting to like partner up in a co-op, like finding each other in co-op, it's like there's certainly a long way around of doing it. It's not just like, oh, invite this person to the game and bang, they're in. You have to I have to ring a bell, then Punish has to hear it. He has to ring a bell, and that we have to have the same password, just for example. So there's a lot of like settings and things you have to do before you can match up with each other. Oh, and also you have to be in an area where there's a boss as well. You can't just jump in anywhere. So yeah, but other than that, it's once you're together in a co-op match, it's once you're together in a co-op game, it's fun. You can have each other's back and have a good time slaying beasts. Anything else, Punish, or is that just it?
No, that's it. I mean, it was good to return to Final Fantasy 15. I'm definitely enjoying it. And then, like I said, I mean, Bloodborne definitely has a learning curve, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. I really am.
Sure. Yeah, me too. I can relate to that. Vec, what have you been up to?
Well, last week I left with a note that I was about to play Life is Strange, and lo and behold, I'm playing Life is Strange. Last night I beat the second episode. I'm taking it each episode as cautiously as I can. And so far, holy shit, this game is great. Why have I not played it why did I not play this game before? So basically, Life is Strange is a episodic adventure that you play as a 18-year-old teenager called Max that's studying photography in a high school called Blackwell Academy. Now, for this game, you basically just run around the campus, talk to people, and try to figure out the problems that you have around them. while also learning that you also have the ability to rewind time and change the decisions and talk to them while still retaining all the memories from those conversations over and over again. Now, just by playing the first two episodes, I don't have a full opinion of the game. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer on that. The game is a fantastic. So far, it's been moving, and so far, I almost like screamed at my TV for like uh, 15 minutes because I made the wrong choice. That I went back and fixed it, and I know Justin was there with me last night for that, and he fucking laughed through all of that. So, um, but
It's a
yeah,
good game. Like it's like I said, it's really moving and emotional. Characters are really good. There's a few very annoying characters in it
like
to begin with.
I have not found anyone annoying at the moment. I feel like I can understand these characters and they're more believable as they go on, and they're actually pretty nice. So, um, but yeah, so far I've been very interested with this game. Um, so far loving it, and I don't have no problems with it. Unlike like small nitpicks here and there, but those are just nitpicks. It happens, and you quickly forget about them after you play through that episode again. So yeah, that's all I've been playing. Um,
Okay. Well, I hope you finish Life is Strange soon. It's got really good. Like overall, it's a really cool game once you get through all the episodes, and using time travel and all of that is pretty awesome. I guess that just leaves me.
Yeah.
Well, I've already kind of spoken about what I've been playing recently, and that's Bloodborne. I claimed it through PlayStation Plus, and yeah, I've like I just said a few minutes ago, I've never played a Souls game before, or Bloodborne in general. I'm liking it. It's obviously got quite a steep learning curve, but I'm definitely warming up to it. That's for sure. And like I said, I had a good time playing co-op last night with Punish, and yeah, it's fun. It's very early days, so I can't really put too much into it because I'm leveled up for now, but going forward, it's going to be a challenge. Like there's loads of bosses and loads of things to do. So I'm only just on the very tip of the iceberg, just scratched the surface and all them other metaphors. So I can't really put too much into that. I haven't actually got any, not really been doing much trophy hunting really this week in regards to any other games. I played another episode or two of Telltale Batman Season 2, Batman Enemy Within, and I'm really liking it. Again, I'm only 2 episodes in, so a little too early to, like you said, Vec, with Life is Strange, it's a little too early to sort of judge it as a complete package. But at least in about 2 weeks' time, the final episode is out. So by the time I get through all the other episodes, in between playing Bloodborne and playing other games and whatnot, yeah, I should be just in time for the final episode and another platinum for the collection.
Yeah.
I don't obviously intend on getting the platinum for Bloodborne anytime soon. I've got a long ways to go, and hopefully, though, I will get it more sooner rather than later with some help, some co-op. I've had a lot of tips and advice on not just Twitter, but here on the Discord server as well, which I'd just like to do a shout out, by the way. People who aren't on the Discord server should know that we have a Bloodborne boosting room because Bloodborne's obviously on PS Plus now, and a lot of people are either brand new to it, or people are coming back to it after a little while, maybe a bit rusty, or people who are very experienced with it and coming in to co-op with some people or carry some people through. But yeah, on the server we have a Bloodborne room, and there's been loads of really helpful tips on there. People giving you little tricks, people actually writing little guides, like guiding people through, and it's also a good place for people to find co-op partners as well. So it's been really positive. Actually, we've actually had a lot of new people join the server off the back of our announcement that we've got a Bloodborne thread going on. So just a thanks to everyone who's contributed to that room, which is awesome, and please so, including myself as well. Like I've actually had a lot of help from that room. I've gone into the channel, had a look, and people have given me little tips and advice and whatnot. So yeah, I'm grateful. Personally, I'm grateful, and yeah, so thanks to everyone contributing to that. And if you're not part of the server and you want to be, you can find the link in our. We'll tell you at the end where you can find the link, and you can come in and join the Bloodborne boosting groups as well. So yeah, that concludes what we've been playing for this week. So shall we move on to some news?
Oh yes, we got
Sounds good.
Yeah, we
Yes,
got a
indeed.
lot of actual news for this week. So let me see. The first bit of news is that since we're actually in the Dark Souls Bloodborne mood, let's liven it up a bit with more details on Dark Souls Remastered. Now, we got two news from this, and the first one is that Dark Souls is getting a network testing. So far, there's no release schedule or anything. It's that you have to pay attention for any announcements at the moment. But so far, if you want to participate in a live action type of beta, just keep an eye on the From Software PR Twitter account for more details on both PS4, Xbox One, and on Nintendo Switch.
See, I wonder how much of the game you got to play this beta test. It was a network test. It's kind of like a demo version of the game that you can download and then team up with some people. So I wonder how much of it you can play. Whether it's like, because these games are grindy, you need to spend a lot of time in them to build up enough like level to actually fight in the game. So I wonder like how much of the game there will be for you to at least get strong enough to play.
Dark Souls 2 had a network test, and it was basically, it started you in one area, and then you could just go all the way to the boss in that one area, and that was it. Like,
okay.
It was more sealed in. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, not sure if I will jump into it myself, because I've got Bloodborne to play. I mean, we don't know when it is. It's just, they just said coming soon, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't mention anything. They just said pay attention to the social media. We'll reveal as it goes on. So just pay attention. You'll probably see announcements coming up in the following weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, was there not something else that's sort of Dark Souls related?
So yesterday, at the time of this recording, we had the Nintendo Direct, and in that we got a announcement that the Solaire of Astora is getting an Amiibo. Now, if you don't know what an Amiibo is, it's basically a minifigure version of the actual game that you can actually use to do in-game items if you scan it with the actual game itself. Now, people have been hogging ever since this announcement, and rightfully so, because they're excited about this Amiibo. Not sure.
Well, not to like dwell on it too much, but like Amiibos in general, when they first come out, when people really want a special or a really nice looking Amiibo, usually they're like typical Nintendo fashion, the supply never can meet the demand in time. But I'm wondering if people who don't necessarily even own a Switch would get by these, like people who like Dark Souls on other platforms, because it's a nice looking little Amiibo. You know, it's doing the whole praise the sun little pose. So even if you like didn't have a Switch or a 3DS or whatever, even though it's not really related to this Dark Souls, you would buy it just as a bit of memorabilia, you know, because I could see people doing that. I mean,
I've done
it. Well, there we go then.
Yeah, I have the Cloud figures from Final Fantasy VII. I have the Amiibo figures, and I did it just because I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan.
Sure, they're nice little figures. The Amiibos are nicely made little figures. So, you know, but yeah, I wonder how difficult it would be to get your hands on that, because, like I said, supply and demand is a little tricky around Nintendo, especially regarding Amiibos.
It depends on, I think it's a manufacturer, and since it's a third-party Amiibo, it depends on the actual game developers themselves. Because Yacht Club Games also had this problem of the supply and demand, but I think we shouldn't dwell on this too much, but it's just something to keep an eye out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, all right then, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Following from that Nintendo Direct, we also got the announcement that the previously exclusive game, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is now coming to Switch, Xbox One, and PC. But that's not the big announcement we got this week. The bigger announcement was that apparently there's some Spyro demo codes hidden within the actual game itself. And apparently it's intentional.
Yeah, well, first of all, just to quickly touch upon Crash going multi-platform.
Yeah.
I've said before, I didn't believe this was ever going to be exclusive forever, and I've said publicly on my Twitter that I'm actually surprised it stayed exclusive this long. I thought it was going to be like a couple of months deal, and then it was, every other platform like Xbox Next going forward. But it was a nice surprise to see it come to be announced for Switch, though.
Yeah.
It'll be a really, really cool bunch of games to play portable, which is really cool. I don't think I'd buy it again for Switch for sure, but if I did, I'd obviously approach it way more casually because it doesn't have trophies or anything. I wouldn't feel the need to do time trials or all that again. But yeah, speaking about the Spyro demo, the in Crash Bandicoot 3 in Warped in the original game, you could unlock the Spyro demo if I remember correctly. You did you did like a button combination on the main menu, and it would unlock the demo. And I believe you can do that code on Insane Trilogy, and it just makes a noise. I think I read that somewhere, that it's sort of like an Easter egg, a nod to the original Crash Bandicoot Warped and the Spyro demo that was hidden on the disc. So it makes me wonder, like, do you is that a reference to like the Easter egg hidden in, or do you think, I don't know, like, if you own the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, you can download the Spyro demo, as a sort of like nod to how it was back in the day, or I don't know. We don't know what this means.
Something tells me it's gonna be like a small patch that comes in that actually brings in like a Spyro demo code, so that people can actually like have an excuse to bust open the actual Crash Insane Trilogy. It's actually input the code and it actually works. You see?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because that would be interesting. That actually makes it so that people will go and update their own software and get all of those cool little tidbits.
Yeah, but it's weird though. If they were going to release a demo for rumored Spyro remake, you'd think they'd just have it on the store rather than locking it behind you owning a Crash Bandicoot disc, or the digital game.
No, I feel like maybe do it a time thing, not necessarily have it to be that way. Like, for example, you have it so that you can download it as a thing, and then a week later it appears on the storefront, or a day later. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We can only speculate for now. And going into like code and stuff, I mean, I've seen like examples of like little Easter eggs hidden within code before anyway that don't really actually mean anything. Sometimes developers leave their names in there. Sometimes it's references to other things, to code names and whatnot. So I don't know. It could literally mean nothing. It could mean nothing behind it other than it just being a nice nod to a classic game series as well. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so besides the Crash things, we also got more details that apparently Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is getting an announcement and got a release date. So, Call of Duty fans, here's your chance. It's coming on May 17 by the developer Treyarch, published by Activision.
You say May?
Yeah, May 17. We'll share more details.
No, that's going to be the live reveal. Like
October is when it's coming out.
Yeah, because I was thinking Call of Duty games come in November. They don't come in May, but you're right.
No, the game's coming out in October. They already said the release date.
Yeah, that was my fuck up. Don't worry.
Okay, I was thinking that's really early for a Call of Duty game, but yeah.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, I can firstly tell you my opinion. Not interested. No, I haven't been interested in Call of Duty games for a long time. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
That's gonna be overshadowed by Red Dead Redemption that comes like a week later.
I mean, my favorite Call of Duty developer is Treyarch. Like, there's 3 different companies that make Call of Duty games, and they just rotate every year. So that's why they come out every year. Like, I mean, last year
Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, right?
Yeah, Sledgehammer did World War II, and then Infinity Ward did an Infinite Warfare, and then Treyarch's last game was Black Ops 3. So.
Yep. And
Well, anyone else excited for it?
Not really. It's just mostly like it's something cool and niche. Like every year we're gonna have a COD game, but it's certainly like the reveal of it was actually interesting because the teaser was in a baseball cap of all things. I'm not sure if you saw the actual like.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a football player, wasn't it? He was wearing a hat with the logo on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Call of Duty is going to do like an Assassin's Creed and take a break from it because the series just still makes millions, regardless of people dropping away or less interested. It sells so much that like even though you've got different studios doing it, different themes rotated in and out, different developers each year, and like it still sells by the absolute bucket load. So I don't see them taking a break from it. But you know, they might do eventually or something. But I don't know, because you've also got like Activision. They're trying to sort of push Destiny even more as well. So I don't know. I don't really know. The Call of Duty is an odd one. It just seems to be like a solid like pillar that doesn't move. You know, it's always there. It has been there for like the last decade, basically.
Yeah, and I want them to remaster like Modern Warfare 2. Like, I think that'd be sweet. Like, I know they already remastered COD 4.
Yeah,
I feel like they could do more.
Nomad, I could probably see it in the future. Pre-order bonus, Modern Warfare 2 remastered. There you go.
Well, yeah, that's what
agree.
I feel like will come with Infinite Warfare, or like Infinity War next year, probably.
Yeah.
Possibility.
I have a feeling that trend we're going to see going forward are they're going to start casting games as pre-order incentives or standalones or DLC or season pass incentive, you know? Yeah, so I mean, it's not the first time doing that remastering Call of Duty Modern Warfare wasn't the first one, because years ago when I bought Modern Warfare 2, yeah, that's right, Modern Warfare 2, I bought the Prestige Edition. This was years ago when I was actually interested in Call of Duty. Bought the Prestige Edition, you know, it came with the night vision goggles, the art book, the steel book, blah, blah, blah. It also came with Call of Duty Classic, you know, the remastered or ported version of the very first Call of Duty game ported onto PS3, and I played that.
That was really cool.
Yeah, so like it isn't the first time they've actually like remastered an old game as a incentive for you to buy like a more expensive edition. So I think they'll probably continue with that.
Yeah.
All right, what's next then, Vec?
2 more announcements came up while over here. So the first one is that Tom Clancy's The Division 2 was announced.
Yeah.
So people that you like Division 2, now you get the Division 2. So there you go. Now the other thing is that also we got more details on Life is Strange 2, since today I think actually got revealed the bonus episode called Farewell. Punish, is that correct?
Yes, it's the farewell episode.
Yes. And oh no, it came out this week. Never mind.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, it came out this week. It's what the company is doing is they're saying goodbye to this storyline, because the rumor right now is that Life is Strange 2 is going to have a whole new set of characters. It's going to have a whole new setting, different town. So this farewell episode was basically saying goodbye to Max and Chloe, who are the main protagonists of both the games, Life is Strange and Before the Storm. So it was giving fans a chance.
Like
Was originally
like Chloe.
This bonus episode was originally the episode that caused all that fuss, because it was what had the platinum lock behind it.
Yes.
We were going to have a trophy in this bonus episode that would contribute to the core list of the core game.
Yes.
But they changed it, didn't they? They altered it. So
because there was a huge outcry over having to buy DLC to get the platinum. It was really, really shady. A lot of people considered it shady. So of course, our social justice warriors out there, and it ended up getting it changed. So.
Yeah, well, for the better. I mean, I've played Before the Storm and I've got the platinum for it. I wouldn't like to buy an additional episode just to get the platinum for it.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree with you. And I mean, and to me, honestly, I enjoyed Before the Storm a little bit more than I did Life is Strange. And if I had come up to that point of like, okay, I'm not getting the platinum until they release this DLC, then I would have been upset also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even played it yet because I've been waiting for the DLC to come out.
Sure.
Oh,
I mean, I played the first season, but a long time ago, and it was awesome. But I'm really excited to play the second season.
Yes, it's good. It's I don't think it's as good as the first season in terms of like just the story.
Or the prequel, I guess.
Yeah, like in terms of you're right, the prequel. In terms of like depth of the story and like twists and turns, but it's still interesting. It fleshes out Chloe's character a little more, so it's interesting. You know, you're developing her character into the Chloe that you meet in the first game. So it's good. It's a good game. It's a good story, but I just don't. It didn't feel as impactful as the first. But you know, play it and see for yourself. You know, you might.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Does that bring us to the end?
No,
Vic?
there's 3 more articles though. We're gonna skip them right past them. The first one is that God of War is getting a limited edition PS4 Pro.
Woohoo!
So if you were waiting for a PS4 Pro with a skin of the God of War, here's your chance. You can actually go and buy it, and if you don't have a PS4, go get it. There's also the idea that Monster Hunter World becomes Capcom's best-selling game of all time.
It already has.
Yeah, it has.
It already has.
Yeah, like
It's already broken their sales numbers, their sales record.
That's incredible.
yeah, it beat not only Mega Man, but also Resident Evil, Dead Rising, and Street Fighter. I don't know which one was the original record holder. Actually, I can't find it anywhere. Which is strange.
Well, that's certainly impressive. We're definitely going to be seeing sequels upon sequels from now on, going forward.
Yep. The last one, which is the very last one, and I want to keep it like this, is that I'm not sure if you guys heard of the game Super Seducer.
Yeah.
Only in name.
Okay, so
No, I haven't actually looked into it.
Okay, so what basically the game is that it's like a pickup artist guidebook that basically is like a type of video game. Imagine a dating sim, but you learn and you can apply these in real life. So according to like the news article, Super Seducer was originally going to be on PS4 on PlayStation, but due to the backlash of the game, it could not actually become part of the PlayStation lineup. So what have been done is that, according to the actual PS4, says that it's been criticized for sleazy and promoting toxic behaviors and attitudes, and Sony has limited by saying that it will not be available for the actual PlayStation store. So this is like one of the fewer games that got like rejected in the terms that we actually saw that. So
Yeah, I saw that coming.
yeah, especially like very, very shallow type of game like this. I don't know what was it going for. So
Okay. Well, I can't really contribute to it. I haven't really, to be honest. I've only just seen people talking about it, but that's about it really. But it sounds like you covered it.
yeah, there's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else besides that. So that's all the news this week. Yeah.
All right then. Okay, with the news out of the way, I suppose we should roll our next segment, and that is, of course, the Tricky Trophies.
Oh,
and
yes.
If you don't know already, Tricky Trophies is a segment where we look through our own personal trophy collections at some of the most challenging, rage-inducing gameplay, or just plain boredom and grinding we've had to endure for a single trophy. So, guys, let's have a talk about some tricky trophies. Nomad, what's your tricky trophy?
All right, my tricky trophy comes from, actually, I just thought it would be cool to come from Call of Duty, from Infinite Warfare, and it's actually from the Zombies mode in Spaceland.
Okay.
So the trophy is called Insert Coin, and basically you have to play every arcade game at least once. And what that entails is in the map, there's a ton of different arcade games. You're basically at like a theme park. And yeah, so you have to go around and play every game, and then you have to earn tickets from at least one ticket from the little like carnival games where you have to like shoot targets with a gun or like shoot water at a target, like, and have a horse race across.
Sure.
And then, but yeah, so I did it twice. I tried doing it solo, but like, if you have a zombie chasing you, you have to like keep running away. And like when you go into the arcade games, you have to like fully go into the game and then come back out, like, so you can get hit like really easily.
So you have to actually play the carnival games whilst in the zombie rounds that are going on. So I imagine that even if you got it down to one zombie, you're still vulnerable when you're going into the actual minigame.
Yeah, I tried it solo twice, and I just couldn't do it. And so I got actual friend to do it, and he distracted the zombie while I went around the map and played every game, and it actually worked out pretty well, like that way.
Well, there you go. It's another example of co-op and people helping each other out. But I imagine that you definitely couldn't do. I mean, you proved that you can't anyway. But yeah, you definitely need help with that, because if it takes you out of the game, so to speak, to put you in another game, you're going to be left open to be killed.
Yeah, it basically like zooms out from your camera view into the game, like out from your face, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, at least you had someone to help you and you got it done. Punish.
Yeah, he's actually in the server that helped me.
Punish, what's your tricky trophy?
Well, my tricky trophy is I'm going to go ahead and just do this one because I'm new to the Soul series and because kind of making this Bloodborne month. I am going to make my tricky trophy the first boss kill I did in Bloodborne. That was killing the Cleric Beast. Okay. I was actually very, very nervous. I won't lie, I was very nervous going into this. I know a lot of say it's an optional boss battle, but it is required for the Platinum Trophy, so I decided I was going to make it my first boss kill and get it out of the way. And, I mean, I was literally, the first time I crossed the bridge to fight the Cleric Beast, I was literally shaking. I was like, okay, I can do this. I think I got the movements and things like that down, and he absolutely destroyed me. So I ended up going around the map a little bit more, leveling up a little bit, getting a little bit better at movements, locking on, dodging, rolling, things like that. And then I ended up beating him the second time, my second go at him, which I was really, really happy about. I mean, I have never been so excited about defeating a boss in my life. I've played a lot of difficult video games before, but this one actually felt really good. And we have a thing going on Twitter right now where it's like every trophy that you get in Bloodborne is like earning a platinum. That's the great feeling that you have behind it.
Yeah,
so
I can definitely relate to that. I got killed before me and Punish did a bit of co-op yesterday. I actually took on the Cleric Beast myself, and I initially ran to it to get killed on purpose so I could get insight. But then later, I don't know, a few hours later, I came back to it. Did a bit of grinding, went around the town a little bit more around central Yarnum, and leveled myself up a bit. And then the sort of second time, like I deliberately went to go and fight it. I managed to beat it. And you have to keep rolling and dodging around. It is quite thrilling, isn't it? Like the battle. You have to.
It's definitely an adrenaline rush. It's like, man, this guy could probably kill me with one hit at any time. Even if you get him down to just like 25% health left, you could die at any moment, because he does go into a kind of like a rage mode when you get him down to a certain amount of health, and that even makes it even more thrilling.
You also have to know when to like back off and heal, because like healing slows you down. It's not like a fast action, so you have to kind of like time it right and get away and dash away. And I totally understand like the rush, the thrill of like these Souls games now. Before, I've been like not too keen to try them, but trying it for free, so to speak, through PlayStation Plus, and I get it. I totally get it. The thrill of the chase, so to speak. It's good, and I personally hope to experience that as the game goes on. All right, Vec, what's your tricky trophy for this week?
So my tricky trophy is more of a personal anecdote going into it. So my tricky trophy is from PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Ah.
Yeah, it's the online trophies, all of them. I nominate all of them. Not because they're particularly difficult. Like, no, they're pretty easy to do on your own. The problem is how you try to obtain it. So, going into this game, the first thing that I had to do was go on and do the online trophies, but the servers were absolutely dead. Like, nobody was playing that game. So what I did was I had Walt Dog from this server help me with that game, and since he needed the trophies as much as I did, so we just decided to make a sparring until like we got the trophies.
Good idea.
Yeah, the problem was not because of the sparring, but the mode that you have to play them on to unlock the trophies. So when you try to matchmake the game has two different matchmaking sets. One is ranked, and one is unranked. For the trophies to count, you have to do ranked matches, and that isn't a problem until you realize you cannot matchmake privately unranked. So you're basically trying to find two other people because the game runs on 4, not 2, and you try to see if you can actually get 4 people in one single room at a time, so you can actually get some trophies, because there's one of them that requires you to kill 3 people at once with one move online. And just trying to find 3 other people to actually do the move is difficult enough, but the matchmaking process it's just outright tedious. Now, the problem not only stems from that, but the connection issues and how the server handles is very delicate, to the point that I almost gave up trying to get this platinum. Not because it was hard, mind you, but rather the tedious process of maintaining a strong connection, even if you have it wired in with an Ethernet cable and really good internet speeds. Like, it's mainly just because of this connection that made us almost give up. But luckily,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they turn the servers off for that any time soon. Really,
I don't mind either, but at the same time, I know some people might be a bit angry. But you know, just us trophy hunters, and mainly people that were trying to persevere. You were about to say something?
Yeah, I played that game on launch, and man, it was so fun. Like, it was so active, and there was no problems at all with the connections or the trophies. Like, I blazed through the trophies like in a weekend. Like,
I think I played it on PS Vita first. Then I think about a year. I think the PS3 version was like on PlayStation Plus a few years ago. I think, if I remember correctly. I got lucky with the online trophies because I just jumped into a random game and I just did a few moves and whatnot, and I got like 3 of them basically like pinged in one go. So I got pretty lucky with the PS3 version. It was definitely hard on the Vita version. I don't know if like it's because Vita servers were less crowded than the PS. I imagine it was at the time because Vita install base, PS3 install base at the time. I imagine Vita was considerably lower than PS3. So
yeah. Like, and it was just hard by the PS3. Imagine the Vita.
Yeah. Well, I got the platinum on both versions, so very doable. It's just the state of the connectivity, especially these days as well. Definitely these days, because it's definitely on its way out for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I suppose that leaves me then.
Yep.
My tricky trophy for this week is from LA Noire. I've done LA Noire before. PS3 version, but this is talking about the PS4 version, although this tricky trophy is in the PS3 version as well. This is Hollywoodland. Find and inspect all gold film reels. And this is not a tricky trophy in the sense it's difficult, but this is a tricky trophy in the sense that it is incredibly dull, incredibly tedious, and ultimately completely pointless. So there's like, if I can remember correctly, it's like 50 golden film reels scattered all around Los Angeles, the map of LA Noire. And you just collect them just for the sake of collecting them. For as far as I know, or as far as I experienced when playing the game both on PS3 and on PS4, they don't really do anything that benefits you other than just getting them for the trophy. And they're in really odd, far out places, like right on the boundaries of the maps. They're in backyards of neighborhoods that you don't ever even go into for any not really side quests, because there's not side quests in this game, but any of the sort of when you're driving along and you get a police call, it's like a random kind of crime going, a street crime, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so street crimes or any of the main missions. So yeah, they're just scattered randomly, and yeah, it's just absolutely boring. It's so boring. So you have to just pull up a YouTube video. It takes about an hour with a video guide to find them all. And just on a note to that, just for the PS4 version of LA Noire, they actually added more collectibles in on the PS4 version for you to get the Platinum Trophy. These collectibles, I think, were in the PS3 version, but they were DLC,
Yes.
and they didn't count towards the Platinum. But in the PS4, these do count towards the Platinum, and that's the hidden records and also the novels as well. There's like a bunch of novels and hidden vinyl records. Same thing, scattered randomly around the map in certain areas. Pretty pointless collectibles, don't really do anything that benefits your gameplay or really adds to the game. So yeah, just really shitty collectibles that are just pointless. So boring. So LA Noire is a good game. I enjoyed it. It's held up really well, especially with the remaster. It's a good game. It's fun. But in terms of going for Platinum, it really bores the arse off of you getting all these trophies for collectibles that are just tiring to do. But but don't let that put you off playing the game, though. It's still a pretty cool game.
I am
All
still
right,
gonna play it. So
I recommend you playing it. It's a good game. It's an easy platinum overall. But just the collectibles are just so dull. Just seems really pointless. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the Tricky Trophy segment, and sort of more towards the end of this episode of the podcast.
yeah.
So firstly, before we move on to signing off and outros, just like to reiterate what I said earlier about the Discord, about our server. We've had a lot of new people come to the server who found it through podcast or just through our activity on social media, which is awesome. So welcome to everyone who joined the server in the last week or two, and welcome to everyone who's joined it for helping out with Bloodborne. As I said earlier, it's really good. The Bloodborne thread is really active at the moment. I've seen loads of new faces join the server as well. And it's really awesome that we're getting a sudden increase of people joining us on Discord. Anyone else want to add anything?
I have a couple of things. I wasn't available for last week, but I want to do a shout out to Hebo Hammer and Thropy Cassant. Last month in February 2018, they both earned 58 platinums in the month. And then our total platinum count for the month of February was 690 platinums, which was actually breaking our record completely across the board for our server. We did. Most of those platinums came because we had a trophy hunting league going on, being hosted by Nomad. But a lot of people were putting up some good number of trophies, and it was an amazing month. And I'm hoping to see us do that again. And then the second thing I want to bring up for everybody that's listening is that we are holding a Bloodborne competition. We are creating Bloodborne Platinum competition. So if you join our server, if you're a part of our server, if you earn the Bloodborne Platinum this month all the way up to April 1st, you will get entered into a drawing for a PSN card. So if you guys are working on Bloodborne, make sure you post up that Platinum for me. That way you get thrown into the pool and you have a possibility of winning.
Yeah.
Cool. Just on that note of shout-outs, I put on the Vectronic here because if you're watching this on YouTube, you may have noticed that we have a brand new video overlay where you can see the chat and you can see some of our links in there as well as our new artwork for the Trophy Trust. So I'd just like to personally thank Vec for that. He made an awesome overlay for the video. So thank you, Vec.
Yeah, no problem. Took me a while to actually set it up, but at the very end of it all, it just looks great. I'm very proud of it, but I can actually improve upon it more. But I'll let it slide at the moment, and I actually know I'm going to be enjoying editing this video as well.
Excellent.
But speaking of shoutouts and stuff, one more thing we want to say is that Justin is doing a great job doing the actual backlog challenge. And if you have a game that you want to play, or you're deciding between a number of games that you can't pick without, go to the hashtag channel for backlog challenge and post a poll there. We love seeing people getting recommended games. That's how I got to Life is Strange. And really, though, it's a very, very impressive system that it was very big at the beginning, and it sort of died down, but we want to keep pushing it forward because I know it's a great system that anybody should actually go for. So thank you, Justin. It's very great. So have yourselves a good one. Anything else you want to add up before we move on?
No, nothing for me.
No.
No. I posted the final top 3 standings in Hall of Fame. If anyone wants to check out that in our Discord server.
Oh yes. Yeah, congratulations to everyone else that participated to THO. We'll try to improve upon that. Right, Nomad?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
We're going to change some things up before the next one, for sure. I'll be putting out polls for the server to vote on like how we're going to do the next competition, I think.
Cool. Well, everyone keep an eye out for that then. All right then, guys. So that pretty much brings us again. So let's find each other on the old social networks. So, Nomad, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at NomadDragon PSN. I stream on Twitch pretty regularly. It's at NomadDragon as well. So that's where you can check me out.
Okie dokie. Punish, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at SS Punish on Twitter. I do a lot of tweeting there, game news, conversating about all the types of games that we're playing at the moment.
Cool. Vec?
You can find me on Twitter at TheVectronic, where I post shit all the time and, random tidbits of what we are doing and, no context Discord if you want to keep looking at that. But yeah, where can people find you, Daz?
Well, you can also find me on Twitter at TheDazeel, where I'm just being me on Twitter. Okay? Nothing else to say about that, really. Just hot takes, bad opinions, video games. And memes for good measure. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. As always, you can find our episodes on our YouTube channel, The Trophy Trust. Please support us there by subscribing for future episodes. You can also find updates on our Twitter at The Trophy Trust. There in the profile, you can find the link to our Discord, the PlayStation Trophy Hunt server, where you, if you haven't already, can join our ever-growing community of gamers and trophy hunters. If you enjoy our show, please consider supporting us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We're strictly non-profit podcast. However, server hosting costs need to be paid to keep us on the air and to keep our episodes available. This has been The Trophy Trust. Keep on hunting. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.